Welcome to the Saturday edition of the Fairbanks Evening News. Today is April 13th, 2013. I'm Holly Seiler. Leading our news tonight, the Alaska State Legislature has entered its final weekend of the scheduled session. Both the House and Senate are meeting today, and both are hoping to avoid a special session by completing all business by tomorrow. So far today, the Senate and House have both passed a long list of bills, including House Bill 129, which will waive the fee for providing death certificates to deceased veterans. On the House side, a bill making penalties for certain sex crimes stronger also passed, with the Senate agreeing to the changes. The House also unanimously passed a bill allowing course credit waivers for high school students. But the act on everyone's mind is the House vote on Governor Sean Parnell's oil tax overhaul. The bill passed the Senate last month, and House Speaker Mike Chenault says the bill could see a vote later tonight or tomorrow. State lawmakers also worked the weekend passing natural gas legislation as well. The bill aimed at advancing an in-state natural gas pipeline project passed Saturday, with the House voting 34-4 to agree to Senate changes. Representative Beth Kurtula of Juneau, a Juneau Democrat, was among those that voted no. She says she believes the project would still be brought back to the legislature for a final say, a proposal minority Democrats unsuccessfully sought to put on to the bill. Supporters of House Bill 4 say its passage is essentially a legislative sanctioning. They say the bill gives the Alaska Gasline Development Corporation the tools necessary to get a project to an open season. At that point, the corporation will know whether this is sufficient interest for a project to move forward. Critics, however, say the bill is too far-reaching and offers limited oversight. Monday is tax day, when federal income taxes are due to be paid to the federal government. But what if you can't pay? News Center 11's Monty Bowen has more information in this report.
Many Americans live paycheck to paycheck, and if any unexpected expense comes along, it causes serious financial problems. If you cannot pay your taxes on time, there are some options.
You can always file an extension, so you have 6 months after the 15th, so it's October 15th.
The Internal Revenue Service will also allow you to pay in installments.
So if you are just within reason, they are more than happy to work with you.
The government may excuse part of the tax debt.
This is all I have. This is all I can pay you. They'll make a deal.
Monty Bowen, News Center 11.
On Wednesday, ConocoPhillips Alaska announced they will be delaying exploratory drilling in the Arctic Ocean off Alaska's northwest coast. The announcement is for the 2014 drilling season. The oil giant says plans have been put on hold because of federal regulatory requirements. The announcement comes on top of Shell Oil Company's own announcement earlier this year that they have no plans to drill in 2013. Reasons for their cancellation stems from problems with floating drilling rigs before and after last year's season. Alaska Senator Mark Begich says the news regarding ConocoPhillips is unfortunate, but he is confident the stoppage is only temporary.
We're, obviously disappointed, recognize some of the struggles they've had. That's why we've worked very hard to kind of streamline some of the permitting process, still have more work to do there. We know that Conoco has a different type of development they intend to do compared to Shell Oil Company, but we also know that they have significant opportunity in the Arctic, and from our conversations, same thing like Shell, it's a pause, it's not a end-all, and that's an important part of this equation.
Golden Valley Electric Association is making some changes to their Healy operations, both in equipment and by name. Earlier this week, GVEA officials announced they would be powering down the turbine on Healy Unit 1 to do some much-needed repair and maintenance. The turbine will be completely disassembled and repaired. The maintenance will take until May 6th. Officials with the power company are asking for members to conserve power all this month so as not to rely on more expensive oil-fired electric generation. Additionally, GVEA has slowly transitioned calling the Healy Clean Coal Plant by its new name, Healy Unit 2. President Corey Borgenson says the ownership transition of Unit 2 is on schedule.
We're in the final negotiations of the financing for that plant, and we're getting very good indication from lenders that they can finance this plant at low rates. And there'll be even more savings and lower cost to that plant than we had anticipated. So we're very excited here. Ada's looking forward to us taking over that plant, and we think Unit 2 is going to provide a long-term, reasonable cost power for our members.
When we come back, the wood bison, thought to be extinct at one time, makes a comeback in the Alaska Wildlife Conservation Center. And the Fairbanks Community Food Bank has a record-breaking day. We'll have those stories and much more when the Interior's only weekend televised newscast returns. Stay with us. Welcome back. Former Fairbanks North Star Borough Assemblyman Earl Romans has died. The 75-year-old Romans, who served one term on the Assembly during the last decade from 2002 through 2005, died early Wednesday at the Denali Center. In addition to being on the Assembly, Romans was also a successful and very well-known entrepreneur as well. Romans is survived by his wife of 54 years, Judy Romans, and a host of other family members. Memorial services honoring Earl Romans will be held at 1 p.m. this Monday in the sanctuary of the First United Methodist Church on 2nd Avenue. A 20-year-old Fairbanks man has struck a plea deal with state prosecutors on a sex abuse charge. During hearings Wednesday, Devontae Woods pled guilty to a single count of attempted second-degree sexual abuse of a minor. In exchange for the plea, Woods will serve 3 years in jail and must register as a sex offender for 15 years. Woods abused a minor between the ages of 13 and 15 years old in late February 2002. Woods was indicted on the charge while he was recovering from gunshot wounds sustained in a July 2012 shooting incident in Hamilton Acres. Authorities say they do not believe the shooting was tied to the abuse case. Celebrations were held on Fort Wainwright yesterday to commemorate a birthday that is very special to the Army. United States Aviation became the 15th branch of the Army 30 years ago yesterday. All of U.S. Army Alaska Aviation Task Force was there to listen to the speakers and celebrate the day it became a branch. Guest speaker and retired Colonel Dean Owen took the aviators and key members of aviation through the history of flight through the world wars to Vietnam to the Iraq and Afghan War. He spoke on the transformation that aviation has undergone in the last 30 years and that aviation has become a stable branch to the military since this day and before it.
Interior Alaska, and that was a point that was brought out very clearly here at during the ceremony, was that mobility is an issue, and aviation, and that's what's great about having aviation as part of the branch for the Army. If you don't have to walk everywhere, you can get to the places that you need to get to, and then do your missions from that point on. So it's having this mixed force that we have, being all the different capabilities, it's a great place to be, to train, and all those kind of things, to be here in Alaska.
The wood bison, the largest land animal in North America, was on the extinction list for 17 years. They died out in Alaska about 90 years ago, but in 1957, 23 of the animals were found in a remote part of Canada. To be listed as extinct, the number of animals known to be alive has to be 0. Canada started a program to regrow the herd, and in 2003, 13 wood bison from the Yukon Territory were brought to the Alaska Wildlife Conservation Center. 5 years later, another 50 calves arrived, and now there are 140 of them. They are the only wood bison in the United States, and they want to release 50 of them into the wild by 2014.
What the elephant is to Africa, the wood bison is to the Americas. These are special bison, and the reason we call them wood bison is they're just a little bit bigger than the plains bison. Anytime an animal gets further from the equator, it gets bigger.
Empty Bowls is a nationwide effort to support food bank operations around the country. Annually, our local food bank hosts an Empty Bowl event. Almost 2,000 bowls were donated from the Fairbanks Potters Guild, community members, and local artist Ian Wilkinson. The bowl sold out in the first hour and a half, and by airtime, the Fairbanks Community Food Bank recorded a record-breaking day, raising over $35,000.
An awesome opportunity for us to be able to show the support to all those out there who are having a hard time.
Yeah, we're pretty excited about raising all this money for the food bank and having a lot of happy people out there with bowls to feed and think about hunger. I would love to see everyone make it a tradition on their calendar for the first or second weekend in April and keep coming and supporting the food bank.
The University of Alaska Fairbanks' Reichhardt building was full of children today for the 20th annual Science Potpourri, hosted by the College of Natural Science and Mathematics. Kids of all ages were encouraged to attend and participate in many different experiments and hands-on activities performed by professors and students at UAF. It's all a way to spark our future generation's curiosity in science and mathematics.
This is an annual event for us. It's been going for about 20 years now, and every year it seems to be bigger and better and more chaotic and more fun, and we really enjoy having the community come out and explore with us the fun parts about science. And by having these events, we want to keep the excitement going for these kids as they go through school, as they think about careers, and careers in science can be fun.
There is a jam-packed weekend in local sports. Dara Lewis is back with it all. Stay tuned.
And welcome back, Interior Alaska. Daryl Lewis here in the sports seat for you on a Saturday evening. Now we're jam-packed, and we begin with Arctic Man this, Arctic Man that. Kind of like that old school ice cream, you scream, we all scream for ice cream feel. The same love is given to the annual happening that's Arctic Man, when the area of Summit becomes a literal small city of sorts. Now 2013 is no different. Only Joe Cook made the pilgrimage down the Richardson Highway and took in the occasion.
Interior sports fans, Joe Cook here at the 28th edition of the Arctic Man, a terrific course for some great competition amongst these daredevil athletes. And without further ado, let's take you to the action. Now, to start the 28th Tessero Arctic Man, a new division, the adaptive class for skiers who have no use of their legs. These athletes use their upper body strength as they swoop by sitting on one ski. Tyler Walker and Paul Thacker won the first adaptive class event. This was my first Arctic Man, and I ran into another rookie, Kayla Fry, the UAA student who pulled Layla Crawley to a second-place finish in women's ski.
It's a good environment. The girls' field's pretty small. We all know each other and making friends, and yeah, we're here to win, but it's about having fun too. A lot of these skiers and snow machiners have been going up and down the beautiful Hoodoo Mountains for years and can't resist the event. Jonathan Huff, a Fairbanksan, finished his ski in 4 minutes 12 seconds for 6th place.
It was great. You know, just off first aid there, just lots of air coming in, legs are burning, just coming all the way down to the finish.
Huff finished, but like the second hill called First Aid, where a number have wiped out, the team of Matablo and Johnson, one of the contenders, did not finish. But this year's Arctic Man was also record-setting. Nate Holland set a men's snowboard record, finishing in 4 minutes and 26 seconds, going as fast as 58 miles per hour. Holland wins back-to-back titles, which is especially sweet for him since he didn't finish 2 Arctic Man appearances.
Just mental checkpoints in my mind were going by a little faster than they had in years past. So I was like, wow, this is feeling pretty good. Came across and felt like that was a really good time and felt like it was going to be a contender, and it turns out it was.
The man of the day was Tyler Ackelstad. The Palmer native not only pulled Holland on his record-setting snowboard run, but he and Mark O'Sullivan three-peated the men's ski event. They did it in 3 minutes, 52 seconds, leading a fast field as 3 other teams finished under 4 minutes. Ackelstad and Sullivan's 3 consecutive wins in the men's ski is an Arctic Man record.
Just a great day, awesome weather. The machine, you know, on my end, that's kind of the big thing, is getting the sled riding good and running good, and it was on point today, and those guys did their job and I did mine.
The beautiful scenery, enthusiastic fans and supporters, party atmosphere, and the top-level competition defined another tremendous year of the Arctic Man. From the Hoodoo Mountains, Joe Cook, Channel 11 Sports.
And thanks a lot, young man. Great work. Much closer to home, the annual running of the Beat Beethoven 5K started and finished at the University of Alaska Fairbanks earlier today. Now, for the first time in 2 years, there were 2 new winners in men's and women's divisions. Stan Stensland was the first runner through the chute. 16 minutes, 17 seconds was the time. For the ladies, it was Allison McFeeder in 1835. Now, the object of the Beat Beethoven is to tour the course through the UAF campus before Beethoven's 5th Symphony comes to an end, about 31 minutes in length. Those accomplishing the feat received a voucher to attend one of the Fairbanks Symphony Association's concerts during the 2013-2014 season. Added caveat for Stensland, his wife Maria competed as well, just 7 months removed from having a baby.
Behind on the top there, and then we got onto the snow and got out and on right near Hess Village where we live, just 50 meters away from the course, and then I speeded up on the downhills and I got a gap on them right away, and I just increased that towards the end there.
I just kind of went for it. I wasn't quite sure how it was going to go. I decided to just cruise and see what would happen. And it was really fun because I caught up to a couple of the guys and I was like, okay, let's keep this going, let's push each other and stuff, and it was really fun.
life on ice. And the Fairbanks Ice Dogs drew first blood in their best-of-5 game series against the Kenai River Brown Bears on Friday night. 3-1 was the final in Game 1 at the Big Dipper Ice Arena. The opening game of the North American Hockey League playoff series featured 24 saves by Ice Dog goalie Steve Perry, Lawrence Cornier, Kyle Lee, and Jacob Romo all lit the lamp for the hosts to give the Ice Dogs a 1-zip lead against their intrastate and West Division rival. Game 2 tonight, same time and venue, before the party switches to Soldotna for games 3 and 4. The 6th annual Jennifer Templeton Memorial 4x4 Indoor Soccer Tournament kicked off Saturday and runs through Sunday in the Tanana Middle School Gymnasium. Now, portions of the proceeds go to the Jennifer Templeton Eclipse Scholarship Program, which helps players with financial needs. The tournament is in honor of Templeton, who was a mother, mentor, and Phoenix 94 coach who died during the summer of 2007. Organizers called the large-scale event a win-win for all involved, parents, youth, and the like. And at the end of the day, watching youth succeed is the bottom line.
In 2007, Jennifer Templeton actually put this tournament together under a different format, and then she suddenly passed in 2007, and so they voted to change the tournament name to the Jennifer Templeton Memorial Tournament, and so now this is the 6th annual tournament in her honor, and so this is a great way for kids to come out and get ready for the summer season and have fun playing soccer.
And that's going to do it for sports tonight. Thanks for rolling with me for a spell. For more KTVF Sports, log on to Twitter, YouTube, webcenter11.com, or download our mobile app. Whatever's your flavor. Coming up next, Holly's got your weather forecast. She's next. We'll see ya. And as part of our Arctic Man coverage, we'd like to give thanks to College Collision and Refinishing, as well as the Alaska Fun Center. They sponsored Joe Cook down there, and thanks a lot. We really appreciate it. Weather.
We're going to get right into it tonight. This is our almanac for April 18th in the Fairbanks area. Shows a normal high of 43 degrees and a normal low of 19 degrees. The record high was set in 1995 at almost 60 degrees, and the record low of 23 below was set in 1992. The sun rose this morning at 6:23 a.m. and will set tonight at 9:24 p.m. It's going to give us 15 hours and 1 minute of daylight, a 17-minute gain since yesterday. 7-minute gain since yesterday. This is weather around our state today. It's clear in Fort Yukon, mostly cloudy in Barrow. Partly cloudy skies are moving over Nome, same for Fairbanks with a chance of snow. Healy is also expecting a chance of snow with partly cloudy skies. Juneau is expecting clear skies, partly cloudy for Ketchikan, Bethel, and Cold Bay with up to 15-mile-per-hour wind. Kodiak, Homer, and Valdez are expected to see clear skies, and Anchorage is partly cloudy today with highs in the low 20s. Now on to our friends in the lower 48. Seattle is mostly cloudy with a chance of thunderstorms, highs in the mid-40s. Las Vegas is clear today with up to 35-mile-per-hour wind and highs in the mid-80s. Dallas is partly cloudy with highs in the mid-70s. There is an active winter weather advisory in effect for Minneapolis today with heavy snow and highs in the mid-30s. Chicago is overcast with a chance of rain, highs in the low 40s, and Miami is mostly cloudy today with a chance of thunderstorms and rain showers, a high in the low 80s. Back in Alaska, Fort Yukon and Nome are both projected to see mostly cloudy skies tomorrow. Barrow will be clear, but could see wind chill at 20 below zero. There's a 20% chance of snow in the interior tomorrow. That includes Fairbanks and Healy. We are both expected to see overcast skies as well. Partly cloudy skies are moving over southeast Alaska tomorrow. Juneau will feel up to a 10-mile-per-hour wind, while Ketchikan has a chance of rain. It's expected to be clear in Bethel and Kodiak tomorrow. Overcast skies and possible snow showers will move over Cold Bay. 15-mile-per-hour wind is projected to move across Homer tomorrow with clear skies. Clear skies are also expected in Valdez. Anchorage will see partly cloudy skies. And I hope that will be the same for us, but we do have a small chance of some more snowfall. We'll see that with some overcast skies for our overnight low of 7 degrees above zero. Our 20% chance of snow will continue into tomorrow with a daily high of almost 30 degrees and overcast skies, an overnight low of 5 degrees. And this is our 5-day forecast for the upcoming work week. Not too shabby, and no snow in sight. Almost 30-degree, mostly cloudy days and single-digit overnight lows till I see you back here next Saturday.
Yeah. Thanks a lot.
Good
Holly.
weather.
Most definitely. Thanks. On a very serious note, one of our KTVF family members, J.R. Lewis, and his immediate family are dealing with a serious situation involving their 15-year-old son, Robbie, who is recovering in an Anchorage hospital at this hour. You're all in our prayers, and we're looking forward to seeing you back here real soon, and we love you.
That's going to wrap up this edition of our Saturday Evening News. We're really glad you could join us.
Now join us here 6 days a week at 6 and 11 or online anytime at webcenter11.com. And join us back here bright and early Monday morning for the Fairbanks Morning News and your morning updates.
From all of us here at the News Center, have a great night.